Hello, my name is Emily Ainelli of T-Girl Angel, and I wanted to discuss some movies that I saw, what my personal feelings were. I do like going to the movies. Actually, even though I go by myself most of the time, I enjoy getting away, and I find that movies are a wonderful escape. So I've gone to 4 movies in the past couple of weeks, and I've enjoyed all 4 of the movies. So, for starters, you already know that my reviews are going to be pretty good because I enjoyed all 4 of the movies. And I think that we all have our own personal feelings. Movies are something that we all go to escape our daily routine, and I find it enjoyable going to a movie, especially if it's a good one. And I think we all need to get away sometimes, and movies are a fairly good escape, even though they can be somewhat expensive. But I found you can get bargains on matinee movies, and you can also uh, find maybe where they have like specific low price days where they feature movies. So um, there are ways to find pricing that can fit into your budget. Well, the first of the 4 movies that I'm going to review uh, is Me Before You, and it's based on a book that was written by Jojo Moyes. She did the screenplay and she wrote the book, Jojo Moyes. And I find that when you're trying to live up to expectations, you may not always uh, capture it in your movie depiction of a book. I haven't read the book, but when I saw the coming attractions for this movie, I definitely wanted to see it. The director, she did this movie, Thea Sharrock, and it was her first directing movie role. So I definitely give her an A plus for her directorial debut. She did a masterful job. The acting is impeccable. I fell in love with the acting. I specifically love, well, all of the acting was magnificent, but the 2 main roles plus the other actors really came to make this movie truly special. But the 2 characters at the center of the movie obviously are the male and female role. It centers around a young man who was fairly active and had a wonderful life. He was in love with a woman, and he was very athletic, ambitious. He had a wonderful career, and in the instant, an unforeseen instant of time, he was hit in a motorbike accident, and he was rendered handicapped, paraplegic, quadriplegic, and he is destined to live the rest of his life out in a wheelchair. The actor portraying that role is Sam Claflin. Uh, I'm not all that familiar with him, but I do know he has been in other movies. He's a good actor. I know he's married. He has a family of his own. He's a young man from England, and I believe he's in his 20s. And the actress portraying the young English girl who is trying to find a job in the aftermath of losing her job at a bakery where she worked for many years, uh, is looking for an opportunity. And in the beginning of the movie, she goes to an agency where the gentleman who is helping her goes through some potential opportunities that she had passed up on for various reasons. And then he comes across an opportunity for a 6-month contract to work with a handicapped individual. And she decides that she will give it a shot. Her name is Amelia Clark. She's also from England. And she just warms your heart. She's so beautiful and so sweet and so loving and caring. And she meets the mother, not knowing that it was their son initially that was handicapped. Initially, Amelia Clark, who plays Louisa Clark in the movie, uh, thought it was the husband, but she realizes that it was actually the woman's son. And in the interview, uh, you can sense the nervousness of Louisa as she's interviewing with the mother for the opportunity. And the mother kind of takes a liking to her, even though Louisa doesn't think everything is going well. And she's quite surprised when the mother offers her the opportunity. And she says she's very excited about it and willingly accepts the offer. And then she gets to meet Will, is the name of the Will trainer, is Sam Claflin's character. And in the beginning, when they both meet with Nathan, who is his caretaker, in the background, Will plays a little stunt where he acts like he's unable to communicate properly. And then he introduces himself in a normal way, and Louisa is caught off guard. And after introducing herself, and the mother leaves, she reintroduces herself uh, to the amusement of Will Trainer. It's a beautiful movie. It's touching. The family of Will are the parents, played by Janet McTeer plays Will's mom, Camilla Trainer, and Charles Dance plays the father, Stephen Trainer. Brendan Coyle plays the father of Amelia Clark, Bernard Clark. Jenna Coleman plays Katrina Clark, uh, Louisa's sister. Matthew Lewis plays Patrick, who is Amelia or Louisa Clark's boyfriend. Uh, Steve Peacock, who's from Australia, plays Nathan, the caretaker of Will Traynor, and he is wonderful in the role. Samantha Spiro plays Josie Clark, the mother of Louisa. The movie is a tearjerker. Bring if you are very sensitive to or very emotional, you will definitely probably shed some tears. Um, it's about life. It's about confronting reality. It's about falling in love. It's about all those beautiful things and sad things as well. And I think it has a powerful message. And in the movie, there's ups and downs along the way, and Louisa has some doubts about being able to do anything for Will, and she is talking with her sister, who convinces her to stick it out and to make Will's life as uh, as best she can, make it seem worth living. So she devises some uh, trips and things to do after doing research, and she is so caught up in wanting to help and do all the right things, and there's just such a beauty and innocence to her wanting to help as best she can, and it really touches your heart. I loved it so much that I am going to definitely add that to my Blu-ray collection when it comes out. It's a very wonderful movie. In the end, we learn about the message that Will was trying to get across to Louisa about living her life on her terms and going out and not being afraid. Um, and she had gone through uh, the emotional uh, tugging of the heart in confronting Will's illness and trying her best to help and change his mind. And in the end, well, you'll find out what happens in the end, but it will touch your heart. I love it. And out of 10, I would give this movie a 10 because I loved it so much. It really was. I actually saw this movie like 5 times. That's how much I loved it. I just fell in love with the actors, especially Amelia and Sam. They are great. The next movie is an animated movie. It's a Pixar movie, and it's a sequel to Finding Nemo. It's aptly called Finding Dory, starring the same players as in the Finding Nemo movie. Ellen DeGeneres obviously plays Dory. Albert Brooks plays the father fish to Nemo, and it's acting all the same actors. It's an animated movie, and it's a movie directed by Andrew Stanton. Any Pixar movie I've seen, I fell in love with. It's just truly incredible the way these movies are brought to the screen, how animated and how real they are, how real they look. And Finding Dory is about Dory being separated from her parents and how she tries to capture the images of her parents and trying to find her way back. And she eventually runs into Nemo and the father fish for Nemo, Moreland. Marlin and Nemo accompany Dory in her attempt to find her parents, and they find all sorts of barriers and adventures along the way, and they even get separated at times. But the persistence and Dory's memory uh, allows her eventually to find her way back. And the cinematography, the imagery, the power of the story, the beauty of it is all wonderful. I definitely would advise anyone who is a parent to go to see that movie with their children. It's a beautiful Disney Pixar movie, and that also will find uh, a space in my heart for its sentimentality, for the beauty of the story, and I also will definitely get the Blu-ray when that comes out. I saw this movie when I was in Maine, and I fell in love with it, and I wanted to take my son to see it, but he just wasn't in the mood, and I don't have my car right now. But that definitely is a movie that will be added to my Blu-ray collection. I highly recommend it. I give it a 10 out of 10, like I did Me Before You. Both movies so far, 10 out of 10. I told you, these movies I saw, I have high recommendations for. The next movie is The Shallows. Not many actors in the movie, and it centers around a main character. And the actress in the movie is Blake Lively. She's a beautiful young woman who is a student, or she was going to medical school, and she took some time off, and she also was on a trip, I guess, to kind of explore where her mother went at the time when she became pregnant. And her mom was a surfer, and she is a surfer, and she wanted to follow her mom in that sense because of her mom sadly passing away. And it is a very tense survival thriller, and it is about the ability to survive in a very difficult situation. It starts out at a beach called Paradise, and it was filmed in Wales. I'm sorry, it was filmed in New South Wales, Australia, and it's majestic. The beautiful scene where she's on the beach and she's surfing and she sees fellow surfboarders, two other guys on the beach surfing, and she eventually finds herself all alone at the beach as the other two gentlemen left. And as they were leaving in their car, their Jeep, she's attacked by a shark. And that's when it starts to get very intense. And it's very graphic. And it shows her actually being physically attacked. And her doctor and medical experience comes in handy as she has to do whatever she can to stop the bleeding in her leg where she was attacked, and she has to take her jewelry off and pierce her leg with the blood flowing, and it just is very hard to watch some of the scenes, but it's brilliantly acted and brilliantly portrayed and very realistic, and the pictures of the shark, and you also see her stranded on a little rock island with a seagull who kind of becomes her friend because she's all alone on this little rock island trying to protect herself from this shark, and she is trying to do everything she can to get to shore safely. And then the next day, after being there for the whole night and trying to get to a buoy, which she eventually did get to, but then she is not able to stay because of the shark's relentlessness in attacking, and she has to get back to safety where she eventually goes back to the rock. When the two guys come back the next day, well, there is also a graphic scene where there's an old guy drunk on the beach who she gets his attention and she signals to him to get help, to call from her cell phone, and he is goes through her belongings and grabs her phone, but I guess she's not able to do anything because it's locked. But he tries to go into the ocean to try to get her, and unfortunately he is brutally attacked, and you see a graphic scene where he's like split in half, and that is hard to see. Then the two guys come back, and she's like half asleep on the rock with her bird friend, and once she realizes they have come, she tries to signal to them not to go in the water because there's a shark. And she is trying her best to signal to them, but they are out in the waters trying to get to her when you see one of the guys get uh, captured, and it's gross when they show the shot of him being thrown in the air with the shark holding him in his mouth, when you know he's got no chance of survival. And then the other guy is trying desperately to get over to her, and he's got a helmet with a camera, and he also falls victim as he's right near her, and she's trying to grab him desperately, but he also falls victim to the shark. And this is all playing out, and she's just traumatized by it all. And then she manages to get a hold of the camera, the helmet, and she films a sequence to notify anybody who finds the camera to send help. And she throws the camera with the helmet back into the water, and she also sets that little bird free after fixing its wing on a little part of a broken surfboard that was broken from the result of the shark attack, and pushes the bird towards the shoreline. And she tries to do whatever she can to get back. And it's a very intense movie. There's a lot of scenes where you will be not able to look at if you're very squeamish like myself. But it's an intense movie that has a lot of amazing scenes, and it is powerful, and it tests the human soul in how you're trying to live in desperate situation. And I just thought it was amazing. And in the end, the little boy finds the guy who actually drove her to the beach to begin with, and he gets, after she eventually finds a flare gun and eventually kills the shark, she then finds herself lying in the ocean. He finds her, brings her to shore, and he saves her life. And I think this movie is a powerful movie. It's really a good movie. And I also give this movie a 10 out of 10. And another movie I will add to my collection. But if you're squeamish, it may be a tough movie to see. But it definitely is a great movie to see. And the fourth one, for comic relief, Mike and Dave Need Wedding Dates. I was surprised that I liked this movie. I wasn't sure what to expect. It was a little on the stupid side, but I do enjoy the actors. I like the way it was presented. And I'm a fan of all of the lead actors. They're all pretty good. They all did a great job in their roles. Basically, it's about these two brothers who are kind of screw-ups. Whenever there's a big party or event, they're always arriving stag. They don't have anybody to bring with them. and they always find a way to make it turn into a disastrous fiasco. So the mother and the father are preparing a wedding for their baby daughter, the youngest of the three, the younger sister, and she's marrying, uh, and the couple want to bring it to the attention of the two guys, the brothers, that they need to find dates for her wedding. So they go on a website to create profiles so they can find two dates to go to Hawaii, all expenses paid. And they wind up not being successful at finding anybody. And then by chance, they run into two girls. One of the girls actually uh, makes it look like she was involved. She is actually crossing the street and she gets hit by a cab or a car, and she pretends to be hurt or unconscious. So one of the brothers runs into the street and he doesn't know what to do initially. He starts to panic and eventually he does mouth to mouth, and then the girl comes to, and it's like an instant attraction with the guy, with the girl. The girl who plays that role is Aubrey Plaza, who I really like. She's great. The two actors who play the brothers are Zac Efron, who's a great actor, and Adam Devine, who also is a great actor. Anna Kendrick and Aubrey Plaza play the two girls that are friends who are trying to change their lives and get away and make a clean start. Anna Kendrick plays a girl that was stood up at the altar, so she has a bad connection to weddings in general because of that. And Aubrey Plaza plays her best friend, trying to get her to uh, get past that time, that moment, and start anew. And it's filmed in Hawaii, beautiful place. And it is very funny. It's a great movie if you just want to get uh, a good laugh. And I think the best scene for me was when they went on a ATV, all-terrain vehicle uh, venture, and the two girls surprised the guys with how good they are with the ATV when they come to a cliff and they decide they're going to jump it. And when they do their amazing aerobatics, whatever you call it, they are on. They are amazing. And then the two guys are shocked and they don't know what to do. And then they say, "I'm not doing that." And they both agree that they're not going to do it. And then the older brother decides, "I don't care, I'm going to try it." And it becomes a disaster when he winds up hitting his sister with the vehicle after she is trying to move out of the way and is unsuccessful, and she winds up getting a pretty beaten up looking face The movie has a lot of funny scenes. It's a good, light-hearted movie. It's a good movie to see if you want to get a good laugh. And I like the stars, particularly Zac Efron, Adam Devine, Anna Kendrick, and Aubrey Plaza. And I do recommend it. I think it's a great movie. It was funny, and it was better than what I expected it to be. And I also give it a 10 out of 10. I'm pretty easy, but I think that all four of these movies deserved high ratings. And I may be easy in my reviews, but I do take my movies seriously, and when I like a movie, I do give it the credit it deserves. And Mike and Dave Need Wedding Dates is another movie that I really enjoyed. I give it a 10 out of 10, and I recommend it highly. And it's another movie I will add to my Blu-ray collection, so pretty good. 4 movies, all 10s out of 10, all to be added to my Blu-ray collection. First, Me Before You, with the lead actors Emilia Clarke, Sam Claflin. Finding Dory, another great movie with Ellen DeGeneres. The Shallows, a tense thriller, very wonderfully done, starring Blake Lively. And Mike and Dave Need Wedding Dates, starring Zac Efron, Adam Devine, Anna Kendrick, and Aubrey Plaza. Another great movie. All 4 great movies, all 4 10s out of 10s. So what are you waiting for? If you like movies, go see these movies. They're worth it. Thank you. Emily Ionelli of T-Girl Angel signing off. Thank you.